The days of selling an online course with a bunch of videos just in a members area are over. AI is here and information is free. So in a world where you can learn anything from AI, will online courses survive? And how can we sell them in this new world? In this video, you'll learn how AI is affecting online course sales, the new way to sell online courses, and how you can launch your own online course today the new way. If you surf around the internet, it doesn't take long to find creators and videos and articles about how online course sales are changing, about how the old way of selling online courses is dead. People are talking about how information is free and you can learn anything from AI. And with so much content being put out on YouTube, why would anyone pay for an online course? Now, being in the online business world for almost 10 years now, I've seen these waves come throughout these 10 years. And I've seen this so many times. If we go back a few years ago, there was the huge wave saying that Facebook ads were dead. Well, as I looked at it in my own business, Facebook ads were very much alive. And in fact, to this day, I'm still using Facebook and Instagram ads to generate leads and make money from those ads. I've also been through this entire wave where people say sales funnels are dead and people say things like webinars are dead. Well, both those things are very, very much alive, and I don't think they're going anywhere. And again, I'm still using those things in my businesses to make money each and every week. So the new thing to say, the new kind of hot topic to say is that online courses are dead and that AI is killing online courses. So I went into ChatGPT because I was curious about the raw data. What does the data actually say? Are online courses dead? Are people buying less online courses? Well, let's take a look. So I went in and I said, a lot of people are talking about digital courses being dead or not working anymore. I want the raw data. Are sales of online courses increasing or decreasing? So it gave me the up-to-date data and it said sales of digital online courses are not dying. They're still growing strongly, both in total revenue and user uptake. So the first line right here, you can see that the global online education market rose from 68 billion USD in 2024 to an expected 83 billion USD in 2025, 22% compound annual growth rate, and it's forecasted to reach 185 billion by 2029. That's a huge jump. So as we consider all the data, here's what ChatGPT said. It said growth is far from slowing. This sector is growing at a high double-digit rates, often exceeding 15 to 20% per year globally. It says user uptake continues climbing with millions more enrolling each year. E-learning learner counts expect to surpass 57 million by 2027 and corporate use at 90% coverage with strong ROI. Demand spans multiple user bases, individual learners, formal higher ed institutions, corporate training programs, and professional developers, all fueling revenue growth. So why are so many talking about online courses being dead? And let me be clear, I do think the old way of doing online courses and selling online courses is dead going into 2026. We talk about how you can sell them the right way and actually make money, but let's talk about why people are talking about this. So they said some criticisms are oversaturation in niches, more competitors and similar offerings. This is a big one. Low completion rates for self-paced courses lacking accountability. That's a keyword right there, lacking accountability. Often you're getting 10 to 15% completion rates as a online course seller. And it says competition from subscription models and membership alternatives. It's going to give us it's a little key to the new way to sell these online courses. So final take, digital courses aren't dead. They continue to be a booming global market, growing strongly year after year across virtually every major segment. If you're hearing otherwise, it's likely reflecting noise about course quality, completion, or low performing launch attempts. This is really interesting because if we go back to 2020, 2021, there was this mega boom of online courses and virtually anybody could just put a bunch of videos in a little landing page and sell it for $9.97, right? And it would work. And this is around the time when I started my online course business in the fall of 2019, and I saw it grow in 2020 and 2021. And I had that business for over 5 years, and it was a really strong business. So we also saw the rise of these gurus, right? There was this whole guru movement of, these 19-year-old kids that built an online course. They made millions of dollars. They bought Lamborghinis and moved to Dubai. And we saw this movement of gurus. And if you look around, it's kind of hard to find a guru these days that that looks like that with the Rolex watches and Lamborghinis. They're kind of dead, right? They don't really exist. So what we're left with is the real deal educators. People that are actually trying to make impact, actually trying to make a difference, and actually help people not only learn new skills, but make connections and actually make real money or get real results from those online course programs. We can't stop there though. I asked one other question. I said, with AI growing so rapidly, are people still wanting to learn from humans in the form of digital courses in niche markets? And it said this: yes, despite the rise of AI, people still actively seek to learn from real humans through niche digital courses. And in many ways, that demand is growing, not shrinking. Here's why. This is huge. Number one, trust and reliability still matter. AI can explain things generically, but it doesn't replace lived experiences, storytelling, or trust. And if we go down to this line right here, it says AI gives answers, humans give context, nuance, and belief. If you get one thing out of this video, I want you to get that. The need for human connection is not dead. In fact, I think my take is it's going to just get stronger and stronger and stronger as we rely more and more on technology. People will crave human connection. And what I love here is it says AI does not replace lived experience, storytelling, or trust. And those are the things you need to lean on if you're wanting to sell an online course in 2026. You need to lean on your unique experience, your unique trust, your unique stories that you have that you can tell, that you can lean into and inspire others to want to be a part of what you are selling. And if we think about niche markets, in most niche markets, when you have an expert selling, what they can teach you, their method, their strategy, their system, AI doesn't know their unique system. AI only has a broad understanding of the data it can pull from various internet sources. And so it doesn't know us on a human level. It doesn't know that creator, that educator, that influencer on a personal level. It doesn't know what they know necessarily, or the context of how to teach it in the same way. Here's the second key. The creator-led learning market is growing. It says, even with AI exploding, creator-led learning is booming. Platforms like School, Kajabi, Circle, and Teachable continue to see strong adoption. And here we go. Courses plus community plus coaching is the fastest growing hybrid format. So let's talk about the new way to sell online courses. As I mentioned, putting a bunch of videos and just on a landing page and charging $1,000 for it, that's dead. Here's the new way to sell online courses and what's working heading into 2026. So this is a new way. And what I call this is a growth network. Okay, it's kind of the term that I'm kind of coining for this, a growth network. This is the new way to sell your online course. And really what that is community first. Okay, we'll unpack that a little bit more. Community first plus course plus typically there's some kind of AI element with that. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. The first one is community. Now, I think going into 2026, you need to build every online course that you want to launch around community. You need to really focus on the connections people are going to make with other people on the same journey. No matter what you're teaching, this could be anything from fitness to money to business, whatever. You need to build your whole program around the community. Now, that doesn't just mean that you have like a group, Facebook group or something, where people, can just ask questions and all that kind of stuff. It means that you need to foster that community. You need to foster the relationship. So the people want to connect with you as the course seller, as the educator, the influencer, the creator. They also want to connect with others. So you need to put out, questions and different things that prompt that conversation, right? You need to make it a point to connect personally, whether it's you or somebody on your team, with those people in your community. And you need to schedule in things like live calls and different things there, maybe even breakout sessions or small groups that you can host on Zoom to foster that connection and that relationship. When you do that, you start building something that's way bigger than a course and much more impactful because you're building that strong community. The next part, when you're building your course, right? Now, this might be a collection of videos, or you might have a cohort-based program where you take a group of people through a 4, 6, or 12-week program. Either one of those ways works really well. But when you're actually building your course, what you need to focus on is a clear step-by-step roadmap to accomplish the goal, the outcome, or the promise of your program. You need to sell transformation and not just a bunch of videos, right? So there needs to be a clear outcome from your program, and that course needs to be a clear roadmap, a step-by-step on how to accomplish that outcome. And lastly is the AI element to all this. Increasingly, there is a need for AI, or there's a want for AI. And so what I'm seeing among these growth networks, the new way to sell online courses, is almost every online course is incorporating some type of AI technology into their program. That might be a micro software tool that you build for your community that can solve a pain point that they might have. That might be a personalized chatbot that you fill with all of your knowledge from your podcast, videos, emails, blogs, books that you've written. You fill all that knowledge into a personalized chatbot and you let people access that for on-the-go coaching. That might be AI automations and AI templates and recommendations that you have inside your program. Adding some sort of AI into your program allows you to be at the forefront of technology and what's happening and really be out in front of your competitors. And so I think it's a crucial element that you have community, then you have your content or your course, and some element of AI to round out your unique growth network. I think the easiest way to get started with something like this, if you're wanting to build out your own growth network, which really that course plus community plus AI, is with something like School. Now, I've recently started using School, and I genuinely think it is the platform of the future for people selling online education and people building communities. There's so many reasons why School is really, really valuable, but let me just give you a quick overview. As you go through here and you look at these different communities, you can click on one, and this one right here is one of the biggest ones on School. It's called Maker School. It's an AI community, and you can just join with the click of a button. Now, it saves all your payment information in there, so if you're joining multiple communities, it makes it really easy to join many of those communities. But you can just join right here and you can get into that community. Now, there's a ton of things, as I mentioned, that make this really unique, but the big thing is that you can build out your course, but also your live calls and your community inside School, all with kind of one price. It's priced at $99 per month for the full package. You can also do the $9 per month plan, but that allows you to do so much. It allows you to take payments, to build out a community, to actually input your course in there, to upload videos, and also to host live calls, as well as a ton of other stuff. But I really think it's the platform of the future for building a program like this. And in many ways, it's a one-stop shop for you to build something and launch it and get started with building your own growth network. If you resonate with what we've been talking about in this video and you want to build out your own course and community, we'd love it if you used our link over at builtbyparents.com/school. I'll leave that at the top of the description as well as down in the pinned comment. You can click on that and you can open your own School community with just a few clicks. If you got value out of this video, make sure you hit the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel. We're putting out new videos all the time. We'd love for you to be a part of the community here. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this video and what you're building for your own business. I'd love to connect with you. Thanks a lot. See you next week.